do have ODS here, and Jesse's going to talk a little bit after Peg gets done, and then he'll be available afterwards so that people can go and ask questions. There's also a representative here from First Investors, Scott McKinley, and he's just there if you're interested in talking to him about 403B. No pressure at all. He's just there if you're interested in that. And then after we're all done with the presentations, if you have because we're gonna put up what you guys have, the copies you have, and so if you have specific questions, we want to make sure that you leave here understanding, what you're looking at and what you need to do in August when open enrollment comes. So just a couple of things. Our insurance committee worked to a subcommittee worked to get a benefits website put together that's a little bit more user-friendly, and Ruth McDonald and Sharon worked on that, and it's just about ready. Is it ready to go almost? Yeah.
There is a few items that haven't been published by OEBB, so they're not.
Okay, so we'll probably have it by the end of the week, and then we're also we taped last week's at Newport High School where we had OEBB there and ODS and American Fidelity and HRA Viva, which is the opt-out. So all of those will be on YouTube, and we'll also have them on the website so that you can look at them by chapter, so you don't have to go in there and look at all of them, but you can say, oh, I want to know more about the HRA Viva, and so you can click on that and watch that. And we're also going to take Peg today because she's putting together a more useful presentation for Lincoln County employees that will be more specific to our needs. And then Jesse will just have a quick thing at the end to just kind of fill in the holes. He's got some different information about the prescription that some of you, ran into this year and how that's changing for next year if you have the HSA. And there's going to be some new cards, and he'll talk to you about that. But basically, we're just encouraging you to check the website for information updates throughout the summer. We'll make sure that you have that link to that website. Want to remind you that OEBB sends out their packet in July, and it will have different enrollment dates than what the district has. And just to remind you, the district's enrollment dates are from, well, everything opens August 15th, but our open enrollment ends on September 10th, and OEBB will say it ends September 15th, but we have a different payroll cycle that we need it to end on September 10th. We're also going to have some open enrollment meetings in August, the 20th and the 27th. On the 20th, it'll be here at Taft, and in Newport on the 27th, and that will be, we're going to have people here to help you enroll in your benefits. We're going to have maybe some representatives from ODS, and we've got some people in the district who do it for their schools, and they're going to come here and help, and hopefully that'll be helpful to you. So there's the open enrollment dates, August 15th to September 10th, and like I said, the enrollment help. And one thing that we want to make sure is that if you don't enroll by September 10th, then the employee will be automatically placed in the lowest plan, and that means it would be the HSA, which is the least expensive, but or not HSA, ODS 9, but you would not have the option of having the HSA with that. It would just be the straight ODS 9. So that's the incentive to make sure that you enroll during open enrollment. To incentivize you, Peg and her company has offered to give $100 gift cards. You will be eligible if you enroll by August 31st. So you have the chance of winning one of those gift cards. There's going to be one for each area, Northwest, East, and South. So this is the web page, and you don't have to copy this down. We're going to send the link to you, and just make sure you add it to your favorites, and that it'll be available for you. I think that some of you tried to navigate the one that we have out on our current website, and it was really clunky just how our website is, but the good news is we are getting a new website. It's in construction right now, and it's going to be user-friendly. It's going to be, where you can just easily find things and have easy drop-downs to look for those things. So, is there anything that I have said so far that you need some clarification on? Yes, Brandy?
What is the last date we can open an HSA?
The last date. So we have it in the contracts that when you enroll in ODS 9, you have to go, there's a second step, you have to go and open up an HSA account, either with your bank or with ODS Federal Credit Union. There's all different entities, and Peg will talk about that, but we have it in each contract that it has to be within 30 days of enrollment. Like if someone's a new employee and they are a new employee like in December, they have to get their paperwork in to Sharon within 30 days of enrolling in that plan. So
if we didn't do it when the American Fidelity group was here, we still have we can still make a phone call and take care of that, right?
So you're doing it through American Fidelity?
If we choose, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you just need to make sure that it's in by, the 1st of October.
That's what I want to know.
October
by
10th.
September 10th? Okay.
Just to clarify, you cannot open an HSA until you're on a high deductible health plan. So if the coverage starts October 1st, then you can go anytime after October 1st. But if you go to a bank or a credit union prior to, because the first thing they're going to ask you is they're going to ask you for the information about where your high deductible health plan is. And if you're not on that yet, then you can't open an HSA. That's IRS guidelines.
That makes sense.
Says you have to be on a high deductible health plan in order to open an HSA.
So with that in mind, then you have till the end of October to get that paperwork into Sharon. Okay?
Well, the American Fidelity Group signed a lot of people up for HSAs just recently.
You might be talking about FSAs?
Flexible spending?
We're talking about HSA.
Well, and if they're on the ODS Plan 9, that's fine. Or it might be that you've set it up to start October 1st.
Yes, that's probably true.
Okay, well then, yeah, that'll be fine.
Oh,
It just can't be, you can't put any money into it until you're on the health plan.
thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Yeah, this is the second year we will be having the HSA, and so it's new to everybody. I think we had 92 people this year participating, so a lot of people really like it, and we got lots of testimonials on that too. So, anything else? Morgan?
If you could explain the difference between HSA and FSA.
Sure. Yes.
Flex 125.
Right, a flexible 125, and we have a comparison like FSA, HSA, HR on the website that you can look and see. But flexible spending is a Section 125, and you set money aside for a medical savings account, or you can do a dependent care account. Those do not roll over. It's like you have to decide how much you want, and then you have to use it up by the end of the plan year, which would be September 30th. The HSA is something that's connected to a high deductible plan, which would be ODS 9, and that money goes in. The district takes the cap, so the classified cap minus the premium. It's around $300 to $400 that goes into this HSA account monthly, up to the limit, which is $31.50 for a single and $62.50 for a family. And that money rolls over. You don't lose it.
So the FSA, if we want to set up for next year,
No. You can, if you decide you want to do the ODS 9, you can call them and say, I don't want that, and they'll give you a paper to sign off to cancel it.
Okay, thanks.
So far we've had, the different associations have chosen their plans, and we're pretty much across the board, plans 5, ODS 5, 6, 7, and 9. So those are the ones that you can expect, and you have all that information in your packets. And so right now I'm just going to have Peg take over, and she's going to go through all of these plans. She's got a plan, and I'm going to help her. I'm going to have her put them up here. So.
Okay, first of all, I just have to give the little thanks to your insurance committee. I don't know if you know that you have an insurance committee, but you do, and they have worked very hard on your behalf over the last year. For many months we were meeting monthly and going through the options and the benefits, and trying to get good communication pieces out on the website, and trying to involve, if you were on the HSA, then you have you received a survey to respond to. I mean, all those things were brought to you by your insurance committee that very diligently worked on your behalf. So if you know someone on the insurance committee, thank them for their volunteering to do so, because it was a lot of work. Let's start with what's not changing, because then we can kind of move on to talking about the options that you have on the medical side, because while they're not really different, we wanted to spend the bulk of our time talking about those options. The dental plan with TPSC is not changing. The benefits aren't changing, and the good news is the rates aren't changing. So dental vision will remain the same. You don't have to do anything. If you're wanting to stay on the plan exactly how you're enrolled today, you don't have to do anything when we get around to enrollment. So that's good. No rate change and no benefit change. Also on the your life insurance and if you have disability, those pieces are not changing either in benefit or rate. That was previously with Regents Life and Health. They've changed their name. They're now LifeMap, but it's no change to the benefit, no change to the rates. Those all stay the same, okay? So those are the things that are not changing. A couple of things that are changing, and this is at the OWEB level, that we wanted to mention. We're going to go through a couple of the items. And this is regardless of which ODS plan you choose. You'll notice, I don't think we have anyone on Providence. Did we even end up?
No, we don't have that as an option.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be an option anyway this year because Providence has pulled out of OWEB. So we're down to ODS as a carrier. And so these changes to the plans that I'm going to talk about pertain to all the plans regardless of which one you choose. Okay, so the first one is that as of October 1st, bariatric gastric bypass surgery is going to be covered, and that is just for the employees. At this point in time, it won't be for dependents, but that will be covered as of October 1st. And that does not include the lap band surgery, but it does do the gastric bypass. And there's criteria that needs to be met, and there's not, I don't know if there's more information than we had at the OWEB meeting, but it's still coming out as to, there's going to be a Centers of Excellence network that you would need to use, but there's a lot that hasn't been defined. I will tell you the one thing that is worth mentioning is that you have to kind of go through the program for 6 months before you actually qualify for the surgery. So there's criteria to meet. There's a lot of information that will be out on the OWEB and or ODS website that you might reference, but just know that that will be covered starting October 1st. Preventive services are kind of a moving vehicle at this point in time. I think everybody has in their packet the preventive services. There's one for adults and one for children that are in your packets. And the reason we put that in there is, you know, with the advent of healthcare reform, there's a lot of information about the fact that preventive services are now paid in full. Well, they are paid in full, and that means no deductible and no co-insurance, no co-payment, but it is what's on the schedule. So you can't just think that it's everything preventive service because it's not. It's really what pertains to the schedule, and this is still changing. Again, I don't know if we've gotten the particulars yet, but it's going to be expanded to include certain contraceptive devices and services. Again, to be defined at this point in time. So it will be changing. So keep an eye on the website. When this gets updated, we'll post it to the website, so at the Lincoln County website, so you'll have the most up-to-date information. This is what's covered as of today for the preventive schedule. Okay, let's see. The next thing we want to talk about is the pharmacy. There's some changes to the what's offered at the OWEB level, but it always already happens to be the plan that you're on, which is Plan B. Just a reminder for the pharmacy, and this is for all the plans